Well, hello everybody and welcome back to Lisa's Coloring Corner. Today I would like to finish the picture that we started in Sunlife Drawing's Animal Mosaics Color by Number book. This is for the color along that Kate from Kate's Coloring Haven and I are hosting for the month of February, and it is hashtag Sunlife Drawing in February. So the picture, oh, by the way, I will link Kate's channel down below in the description. If you haven't already, go ahead and check out her channel. She is awesome. She does both recorded videos, she does live streaming, and yeah, she's so fun to listen to. I love her accent. She is from the UK, so yes, she is just a sweetie pie. So yeah, go check out her channel if you haven't already. Okay, this is the picture we were doing with this horse. I was coloring it with my Cali Arts. This is the 180 set. This is the color chart that I created for the 180 set. And I did go ahead and I matched up the colors that I wanted according to their 22 color palette, which is the same throughout all of their books, which, you know me, I love. And I believe we got through number 9 last time. Yes. Okay, now I have about an hour or so to color before I have to leave. So I'm not sure if we're going to get this done in an hour or not. If not, I will come back and finish it tonight so I can get this up yet tonight. So number 10 is yellow orange. My yellow orange that I am using is Y314, which is yellow. Okay. All right, number 10s. I will link part 1, if I remember, to this color along down in the description below. It explains kind of how I go about my mosaic pictures. I color in the white lines that go in between, like in here. I am not zoomed in at all. Let me zoom in. So there, it's why it's called mosaics. There's white lines that go in between each of the shapes. And I color in ahead of time all of the white lines with silver glitter gel pen. Any metallic type of pen will work, but I think if you go with a lighter color like the silver, I think it works better as far as the mosaic look to it. But you could use like any metallic type of gel pen, any type of gel pen that's opaque. And the silver, quote, glitter, unquote, gel pens. Oh, I just colored a number 11. Oops, my bad. All of the silver ones are opaque, and that's why I typically don't use silver when I am coloring in my patterns, because it goes over the black lines and I don't like that. So yeah, and I color in the silver lines ahead of time because I found out by accident, happy accident, that it kind of repels the alcohol ink and it keeps the ink where it should be. And the ink, you know, alcohol ink, especially on this thirsty Amazon paper, likes to spread out. And so this helps dramatically. You can color much faster once you've taken the time to color in those lines ahead of time. So anyhow, with that out of the way, how are all of you? Today is Saturday, so again, I hope to get this up yet tonight sometime after I get back home. Again, it depends upon if I get this finished before I have to leave, or if I have to come back, finish recording it before I can copy it to my computer and edit it and all that fun stuff you got to do before even uploading. my gosh, I have a snoring cat over here. Wow. She's laying in the sun. It is glorious here in Wisconsin today. Oh my gosh. This whole weekend is going to be just beautiful. Near 40 degrees, sunny. Snow is melting. Oh, it is a glorious day in Wisconsin. Hopefully some of the snowbanks will melt, at least down a little bit, so you don't have to be halfway out in the street before you can see if somebody's coming. Rather dangerous, but yeah, you just do what you gotta do, I guess. Am I zoomed in enough? Yeah. All right, so is everybody having a great weekend? Any big plans? Not me, but again, that's how I like it. We did get our furniture delivered on Friday, yesterday. If you've seen my last Color and Chat, I was talking about we had gone furniture shopping last weekend and ordered some, and yeah, got delivered yesterday. So Bob and I managed to get, well, mostly Bob, managed to get the 2 recliners in ourselves, mainly because, you know, recliners come in 2 pieces. You have the back part and then you got the seat part, and you know, snap them together with metal clamps. And so they're easier to get in and out of the house. It's the sofa that is so heavy and awkward. This particular sofa, though, has 2 recliners on, you know, a recliner on each end. So the nice thing about that, there's good and bad. Bad is it's much heavier, but the good part is it also came in pieces. And the whole bottom of the couch, of course, is 1 piece, but then the back part of the couch is actually 3 separate pieces that you kind of snap into place on the metal plates, just like the recliners, because of, you know, each end of the couch reclining back. It had to be made that way. So yeah, that thing was much easier to get in. Even though it was heavy, it wasn't quite as awkward because it was only the base that had to be brought in. And yeah, I say it wasn't as hard, but it was my daughter Heather and Bob who carried it in. I'm pretty strong. I mean, I probably could have done it, but my daughter is stronger than I. She's a strong one, so her and Bob did it. And managed to get the old one out without too much difficulty. That's the one I was worried about. Because that one, you know, the back was on, and so it's big, awkward, it was heavy, and it had to go out the front door. And yeah, I was the door person. That was about all I had to do. And then Jaden had to keep an eye on Levi, because of course I was babysitting at the time. And so thank heavens Jaden was here too, because he's always here on Fridays. And so I made him watch his little brother while we got the furniture in and out. But now it's all set up. It looks so nice. I love it. And it's the material that won't show dirt or, you know, pretty much anything the kids will throw at it. Yeah, I shouldn't say that, should I? No, kids always find a way. Because it's kind of it's not just one color. It's kind of a tweedy type of color. But yet a sort of a brushed velour type of material. So, yeah, love it, love it, love it. Love my rocker recliner. I was coloring in it last night in my new Belba family book, which I'm will be having up shortly. I'm assuming this, I recorded that one already, but I'm sure this one's going to be up. This video will be up before that one, so. But yeah, so I was just in seventh heaven last night in my new chair, coloring out of my new Belba family coloring book. Ah, yes. 'Twas nice. They sit up so much higher though. Oh my gosh. Wow. I used to, you know, I color in my chair, and then off to my left on the end table is where I have my iPad. So while I'm coloring, I'll have, you know, other color tubers and whatnot playing, and I would just have to look over. Now I almost have to look down because my chair sits up so much higher. Or if I have something on the end table on the right side of me, like a drink or something, I have to actually go down with my hand to pick it up. So that's going to take some getting used to. I think I'm going to find something, a thick book or something, to set my iPad on the end table, because yeah, it's actually kind of low now. Too funny. So yeah, if you just, you know, sit in your chair, if you sit back far enough in the rocker, your feet actually don't even hit the floor. And I have relatively long legs, so any shorter person, boy, would really have a time. But reclining wise and stuff, oh my gosh, they recline all the way back so that you're laying pretty much flat. They recline back that far. They are so comfortable. They must be really comfortable, because Bob fell asleep in the chair last night, which he does a lot of times. And but usually he'll, you know, kind of wake up enough to get himself to bed by 9-ish, sometimes 10 if he's really zonked out. No, he didn't go to bed until I kind of woke him up and said, Bob, I'm going to bed now, and it was midnight. So I actually ended up in bed before him, because I went straight to bed and he went to the bathroom and stuff. So yeah, so I told him today, I says, yeah, them chairs must be good and comfortable, huh? He says, yeah, they are. It was funny. I put him to a good test. They are so comfortable. The other thing I got to get used to, though, is the cushions in my other chairs were so much softer. They were probably too soft, and I think that's why the cushions on the couch got so misshapen. Of course, having Jaden plopping down on the couch all the time didn't help, but yeah, because even the cushions in the chairs, the recliners and stuff, got, you know, kind of out of shape and whatnot. But yeah, I think it's because they were so soft. So the cushions in these chairs are quite firm. Very different than what we had. The arms on the chairs and on the couch are very nice and plush and soft. So hopefully they'll stand up to the test of time, but we shall see. So far, we are loving them. And we have to keep the couch farther away from the wall, though, so that the recliners on the end can actually recline. So that's a little bit different, too. But, yeah, nice, nice. So, got all that in. Just be able to kick back and relax tonight. So, yes. What's the weather like by you guys? Is it as nice there as it is here? Oh, it just, you know, this type of weather just, I think, lifts everybody's spirits. Well, maybe not the snowmobilers and skiers, but, well, even them, though. They still, you know, with the weather being so nice, they have enough snow yet, especially the skiers. You know, they have such a base of snow up there on the mountain that there's always a contest around here. You take a guess when the last bit of snow will melt off of the mountain. Well, it's not really a mountain. It's called Rib Mountain, but it's legally not a mountain. You have to be a certain elevation to technically be a mountain. So it's actually a hill, but it's called Rib Mountain. But yeah, they always hold a contest every year on one of our local TV stations when the last bit of snow will melt off up there, and it's usually into like July before it totally disappears. So that goes to show you how deep of a snow base they have up there. Okay, I think, and there goes Bella. Must be a dog walking past. I think that's all the 10s. So we'll go on to 11s. Thank heavens Bob just got home. He can, otherwise I would have to pause the video right now. Number 10 is, no, we did 10. Number 11 is yellow. So I'm using Y107 lightning yellow. These horsies looking so pretty, huh? Now, of course, that one's going to stay dark because I flubby-dubbed. And I always just use the fine tip in these. Well, I almost always use the fine tip anyhow, because you know me. Oops, I'm off camera, sorry. You know me in bullet tips. But because I did draw in the silver lines ahead of time, if you do that, you could very easily work with the chisel to color it in afterwards. So like I said, it really makes coloring in the picture itself a lot faster, a lot easier. Yes, you still have to be a little careful of, you know, how you color it in, but not near as much as you normally would. And especially like these little bitty pieces, or sometimes there's just a little sliver, you'd never be able to stay in that with alcohol ink. But again, by putting that silver gel pen down first, it lets you stay exactly where it's supposed to be. So yeah, I really like that. And it just makes it look so precise. Makes it really look like a mosaic picture once you're done. I know Kate, who I'm co-hosting with right now, is doing a mosaic picture also out of travel mosaics. So if you're interested in watching her color a mosaic picture, hop on over to her channel. She's been out sick for quite a number of weeks. That poor girl's been down with the flu. My gosh, Kate, I sure hope you are starting to feel better. That is too long to be sick. So she has not been up to snuff and able to have participated in the color along as much as she would have liked. But I think she said she's on the mend now, thank heavens. And so yeah, she's coloring a mosaic picture also. So go and check that out. That travel mosaic book is neat too. I like that one. All these mosaics. There's a Christmas mosaic book. I love that book. That's one of my favorite Christmas books. Because it's all mosaic like this, but of course, Christmas pictures. So that's a lot of fun. I always reach for that one during the holidays. Cannot believe we're like 2/3 through February already. My gosh. I mean, on the one hand, it's great because it's closer to spring. But on the other hand, it's like, here's another year that is just flying by. It's like, where does that time go? You know, I had mentioned in my last color and chat that Levi's already 6 months old. And it's like, I don't know where that time went either. For my new subscribers, I babysit my grandkids every day. So Levi is 6 months, like I said. And then I babysit my granddaughter, my only granddaughter, Madison, or Maddie, as we call her. And she is 3. She is a big girl now because she gets to go to, well, it's a daycare, but she likes to call it school. So we always call it school. She goes to school 2 days a week now. So 2 days of the week, Wednesdays and Thursdays, I only have Levi now. They do not accept, at this time, they do not accept infants. They have to be older than, what is it? I can't remember how many months. Is it 18 months, 24 months, something like that. They just don't have the facilities for it, but they are building an addition on that should be opening in spring. And then Heather may put Levi also up there for, well, starting out for like a day a week. Grandma would have a day off. I would be able to get some recording done during the week sometimes and not have to dedicate, you know, my weekends to this. Not that I mind. I like getting, you know, I record a bunch of videos ahead of time then on the weekends. Get as much done on Saturday as I can. Time allowing, you know, if other things haven't come up like last weekend. And then getting sick. So yeah, last weekend was a total bomb as far as getting anything done. Nothing and nothing. A whole bunch of junk went on Saturday, and then, yeah, coming down with that nasty flu bug on Sunday. Ugh. But I am so lucky I only had it for a couple days. Where, you know, other people have it for weeks on end. That is just too long to be sick. My gosh. And then the bad thing about this, and this happened to Maddie too, you just start getting better and you rebound. It comes right back. It's like, oh, that poor girl. Yeah, she was just getting better and then it came right back on her. And I've heard other people that the same thing happened to them. And it's like, oh my gosh. You know, you think you're finally getting over this crud, and then it comes right back. That's really nasty. But both kids are healthy now, because Levi had it too. And before that, they had colds. And yeah, that's where I got the flu from, of course. And I don't always catch their stuff. I'm usually pretty healthy. I must have a good immune system normally. I don't remember the last time I had the flu bug like that, where I was so down and out. Ugh, that was nasty. Didn't eat a thing for, wow, like over a day and a half, I think. Yeah, no appetite. Just the thought of food just kind of turns your stomach, you know. But, yeah. Mine did not last long. You know, even when I get a cold, which is not real often, my colds, you know, don't last. And I've never once, until this past Monday, ever had to call in sick, if you will, to Heather. I've never told her, I'm not going to be able to babysit. And while I was feeling better by Tuesday, I still wasn't the best. I still had stomach pains and stuff like that. But Heather and Adam each took half a day and kind of split up, having to stay home with the kids. So I didn't want them to have to do that again, because Heather really doesn't have much of a backup plan if something happens to me, which I told her, you know, you should. You just never know. But once the daycare has the infant section going, I think she would have, you know, a lot more options than up there for her, so that'll be nice. So yeah, it's a doozer that's going around. My gosh, and it's everywhere. No matter who you talk to. I mean, it's not just the States. It's not just over, you know, in the UK. It is everywhere. And then you have the coronavirus to worry about on top of that. Now, I just heard on TV yesterday, they are stating with almost certainty that this coronavirus is going to get worse before it gets better. But that they are, you know, working on a vaccine. It's not something they can just, you know, come out with in a, you know, a day or even a week or two. You know, it takes time to come up with that stuff. So, I mean, that's really scary. How many people have been affected by that, especially over in, you know, China and whatnot, and the number of people that have actually died from it. That's what's so scary. It's one thing to, you know, to get sick with the flu. That's bad enough. But the number of people dying. Of course, that's not to say that we don't have a lot of people here in the States that, you know, die from the regular flu too. It's not just the coronavirus. There's a lot of people that die from the regular flu, which, you know, when I think about it, it's like, you know, okay, it's the flu bug, you'll get over it in, you know, a few days. Never thinking that it can get to that point of being so serious that you end up in the hospital and that it can be life-threatening. But it definitely can be, especially in the elderly and in infants. So you really got to watch those age groups if they come down with something. Okie dokie, do we have all the 11s done already? Sure, I missed something somewhere. I always do. Okay, let's assume they're all there. Okay, let's go on to number 12. Number 12 is yellow-green. And I use G606, which is bud green. Now again, I don't know if these colors are in the 100 set of Cali Arts too. I guess I haven't done a comparison. I do have the 100 count Cali Art color chart too, and I guess maybe I could have done a comparison. I never thought of it. Sorry, guys. But if the exact same color isn't in, you know, the 100 set, there's enough colors in the 100 set you could find something very similar. Ah, yes. Let's see. You know, the other morning, I had woken up so super early. I think it was before 4 o'clock in the morning. And you think I could fall back asleep. I hate it when that happens. Lately, it's been happening a lot. Not typically quite that early, but a lot of mornings I am up by like 5. And so yeah, I was up that early. Well, I don't go to bed till midnight. So getting up that early, I only had like 4 hours of sleep. So by 7 o'clock, I'm like, okay, I am really getting tired. Kids don't come yet for a couple hours because they don't get here till like 9. So I said, Bella, I said, we're going to kick back in the chair here for a little bit and we're going to take a nap. And so she came and snuggled up in my lap and kicked back in the recliner and snoozed for a little bit. And all of a sudden, it was about 8 o'clock. All of a sudden, the doorbell goes off. Now, I know if anybody, even though Bella was sleeping, she's never sleeping. That dog is always on alert. You know, when they say you sleep with one eye open, yeah, she sleeps with one eye open and 2 ears open. So I know if anybody would have walked past the front window to come ring the doorbell, she would have been barking her full head off. So I'm like, and then I have a doorbell that's next to the service entrance door in the garage on the side of the house, which nobody ever uses. I don't know why there's a doorbell over there in the first place, but evidently the people who built the house used it. But there too, somebody would have had to come up the driveway and Bella would have barked her full head off. So I was really, really puzzled why the doorbell was ringing. So I get up, and of course, then Bella's barking because she heard the doorbell and she heard me get up. So she's assuming Mom got up, somebody must be here. So she's barking away. All you have to do is go to the front door, and she barks because she figures why else she going to the front door unless somebody's here, right? And I open the door, look out, there's nobody there. Nobody, no cars, no, you know, like somebody would have rung it and went away, you know. And looked out the side of the garage, there's nobody there. I have no idea why that darn doorbell went off. It was the weirdest thing. I don't know. I still haven't figured it out. And it couldn't have been some kid playing a practical joke, because I still would have seen them. You know, they couldn't have gotten away that fast. So, and we don't have pranksters around here. Shouldn't say that though. I do live across from the Catholic school, so there are school kids over there, but they can't come over here anyhow. So yeah, it was weird. And like I said, if anybody would have been coming up that driveway, whether Bella's sleeping or not, she'd be barking up the storm. So yeah, it was just bizarre. My doorbell's going goofy. Now I could see if I had a smart doorbell. You know, the smarter these appliances and the more bells and whistles like on a car and stuff, that's all the more things to go wrong too, right? So it's like, okay, I guess I could have seen if it was, you know, something like that. There's more things to go wrong. But I just got an ordinary doorbell. Okay, is that all the 12s? Ooh, look at that pretty green and that horsey. Okay, let's go on to the 13s. Moving right along. Of course, it has been a half an hour already. Okay, 13 is green. So I use G225 Spearmint. Okay. Who all is joining along in the color along? Do you have Sunlife Drawing books? And if so, which ones do you have? Which ones are your favorites? I do have to say, while I love all of them, my favorite for just, you know, because Sunlife Drawing books are for just sitting down and relaxing. There's nothing involved, nothing difficult. You know, you don't have to get out your color pencils and blend and do any fancy coloring. There are tons and tons of other books for that. So these are just your simple, nice, relaxing coloring books. And I think my favorite out of all of them, oh, I told you I'd miss some. There's some 13s up there. Are... Or am I? No, I'm doing 14. Are the, them are all 13s? Yeah. That's what I'm doing. What am I thinking? Okay, 13s. All right, we got it. We got it. I was coloring 14s, though. I'm really screwing up. That's what I get for talking and coloring at the same time. Well, the 14 is dark green, so I'll see if I can just go over the top of that then. What was I saying? Oh yeah, my favorite type of Sunlife Drawing book is still the one-line coloring books where you just have lines of varying width and you just color them in with one color and it makes a picture. I love those. They're just so easy, so simplistic, but yet you're still coloring, you're still putting, you know, pen to paper or marker to paper, what have you, and you're still making a picture in the end. And yeah, they're just so relaxing. It's just, you know, mindless coloring while I'm watching YouTube or I have a movie on or, you know, whatever. Typically while I'm coloring, I'm catching up on other YouTube videos. But sometimes Bob and I will watch, especially on the weekends, we'll turn a movie on Saturday night or something. Especially if there's nothing on regular TV, we'll find something on Netflix. Or now that we're getting rid of Dish and we have Fire TV and the Sling, our selection of channels has gone down, but the channels that we do have are the vast majority of the ones that we would watch on the weekends anyhow. So the channels that we're losing aren't really that big of a deal. Some of them it's like, oh, I wish I still had that, but for the price savings, yeah, I guess I don't need it that badly. Because yeah, about the only time we watch these other channels are on the weekends. You know, during the week we watch almost straight over the air, you know, regular local stations. So it's mainly only the weekends that we really watch any cable. So yeah, our Sling channels are plenty, and it's only 30 bucks a month, so much cheaper than 100 bucks a month. And that is the package with, you know, not even everything. I never had HBO or Showtime or any of those. So the only time I had those is when I initially signed up and you got the 3 free months. Because I don't watch those stations enough, or those channels enough to make it worthwhile for me. I don't watch all those premiere shows that are only on HBO or Showtime. So, although there were a couple, it's like, gosh, I wish I had HBO because that series is on HBO. But oh well, you live without, right? Got enough other stuff to watch, that's for sure. And even the movie channels repeat these same movies over and over and over again, that, you know, when you are looking for something, chances are it's something you've already seen a gazillion times. However, there are certain movies I don't mind watching over and over, like Dirty Dancing and Ghost. Oh, I love that movie. That's got to be one of my all-time favorites. Those are my 2 top ones. There's a number of them that I really like, but Titanic is always a good one. Avatar. Can't wait till they come out with the new Avatar. They keep saying, oh yeah, this year. Yeah, that was last year, and then or the year before even, wasn't it? Nope, it'll be 2019. No, it's going to be 2020. I mean, I can imagine the millions of dollars they have to put into making a movie like that because of having to, how they do that, you know, with having to animate the cartoon type character according to how the person moves, you know. Have you ever seen how they make those movies? Yeah, a lot of technology. and then to make them 3D on top of it. But Bob and I don't go to the theaters very often at all. But when Avatar 2 comes out, I forgot what it's going to be called. Anyhow, that is one I definitely want to see in the theaters because Avatar was so awesome in the theaters. All right, let's go into 14. 14 is dark green, which I use B754, and I have no idea how this is pronounced. Vert Fonce. I don't know. I probably just butchered that. Suffice it to say, it's a dark green. Okay, let's see if we can go over these 14s and not have it look too dark. Because Lisa screwed up again. I always have to screw something up on a picture lately. Like I said, I get talking and then I'm not concentrating on what I'm doing. You wouldn't think it'd be so hard to talk and color at the same time, but your brain has to kind of think, a little bit anyhow, of what you're saying. And especially color by number, you're trying to find the numbers at the same time. And yeah, sometimes it's like brain overload, brain overload. I cannot do this both at the same time. Women are good at multitasking, but this is enough. No. I don't want to handle this on the weekend. Pushing my brains. So this is a very dark forest green, which is how it kind of looks on the back cover. And that's why I went this dark. This, you know, these greens actually, it almost makes them look like aqua. You can't even see that. Almost makes them look more like an aqua-y type green, and I went with the regular greens. I just thought it would look better, so I went with a dark forest green. I thought it would look good with these, so that's what I chose. Again, you pick out whatever you want. So you just pick out a light, a medium, and a dark green. Nothing too difficult. That's another nice thing about Sunlife Drawings books, is their color by number books use a very nice, easy color palette. Like I said in part 1, the only color I had a hard time finding in 180 markers, the Cali Arts, was the maroon. Magenta. I keep saying maroon. Magenta. There is no magenta in this set. Yeah, 180 markers. No magenta. Nothing really even close. I did end up taking this dark red. I think I was talking about that in part 1. But yeah, it's not really a magenta at all. So let's see, that's number 22. Where do we have 22s? Up in here. Okay. Well, even with the dark red, it should be fine because it's by the red, orange, and the reds. So that should look okay. It'll have to. Once I color with one brand of marker on a picture, especially a color by number book, I like to stick with just the one brand. I know a lot of you can interchange between multiple brands, and I don't know. I stick with the one. Same with colored pencils. I know a lot of you will mix, you know, and match your Prismacolor and Polychromos in the same picture, and, you know, Holbeins and Polychromos, which that I can kind of see. They're very similar type of pencil, although the Holbeins are a little bit softer. They're kind of like a combo of Prismacolor and Polychromos, but oh, 14s, no. My gosh. Yeah, 14s. Yes, 14s. Keep losing my number. You ever do that when you're doing color by number? You're like, what number was I on? I'll do the same thing when I'm diamond painting. I'm like, okay, I know I was looking for another symbol to see if I had any more. What the heck symbol was I on? Like I've always said, I got a good memory, but it's short. I am another Dory. Well, not quite that bad. Not quite that bad. Sometimes, though, you gotta wonder. It's hell getting old. I always used to hear my mom say that, and I'm like, never really understood it until I started getting old. Like, oh yeah, now I know what she meant. It's hell getting old. Kids, enjoy your youth. Don't try to grow up so fast. You know, when we're young, we want to always be older. And when we're old, we always want to be younger. And we're just never happy, are we? Okay, one more 14 here. Now, depending upon when Bob wants to leave, maybe I'll have a little over an hour. I know on the bottom and the sides, with the alcohol ink, I kind of go out of the lines, but that's okay. Okay, any more 14? Nope. Okay, let's go on to 15, which is aqua green, and I use B714, which is turquoise green light. Okay, 15. This is such a pretty color. Ooh, my tummy's growling. Did you hear that? It's getting to be close to supper time. Oh, love that color. Ooh, that is pretty in there. I like it. And we have some 15s down here. There was a really funny story on TV the other night. It was talking about when the Girl Scouts were selling their Christmas cookies. Good heavens, Lisa. Their Girl Scout cookies. They're in the states where marijuana is legal. They would set up shop outside of marijuana dispensaries. I thought that was so hilarious. You know, people that have the edibles or smoke marijuana always get the munchies. Those Girl Scouts were not dumb. I had to wonder how good their sales were there. Something tells me, I bet you they sold a lot of cookies. Oh, man. Probably won top in their district. I thought, how smart are these girls? It's probably the mom and dad that said, hey, you know, I got a perfect place for you to sell cookies. Let's pack up that little wagon and go. That's hilarious. Oh, so pretty. Yeah, this is one colorful horse. Is that where they got the saying, a horse of a different color? Okay, sorry. It's the weekend. Can you tell? All right, that was 15. We got some 16s, which is light blue, and I use B003, which is sky blue. Oh, I love these Cali art markers. 16. I will link this book and Cali arts down below. I know in part 1 I did show you the storage system. So, like I said, hopefully I'll remember. I will link part 1, the part 1 video down below. But yeah, I have a really nice case I like storing, because there's not a normal marker case you can buy that'll hold 180 markers. So I have a plastic bin, if you didn't see part 1. It's a plastic bin with marker inserts that holds 240 markers. So yeah, if you're interested in that. And I had one comment that said, you know, after seeing that they like to store, you know, their markers horizontal and not vertical. I do too. And that's why I put that marker bin, when I put it on my cart, I do lay it on its side. I don't lay it flat down on the back side of the case, because, yeah, these dual tip markers, I don't like to store vertically either. I like to store them horizontally, which is what you should. Any dual tip type of marker you should always store horizontally. The only exception to that is Copics, but that's because Copics are special. They have a special vacuum system inside their marker that once both caps are on, that ink will not ever settle to one end or the other. So it doesn't really matter with Copics whether you store them horizontally or vertically, because I know there were so many things going back and forth as far as how you should store your Copics, and that is what I read on Copics website itself. Now that was a while ago, so if they change that again, I don't know, but the last that I heard is that was their opinion on things, and I guess they should know. Let's go on to 17. 17 is regular blue, and I use B114, which is cornflower. So now we're going to get into our blues. There's quite a few 17s in here. Ah, yes. Relaxing Saturday. What time did you want to leave? What time did you want to leave? 15 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I will finish up the 17s, and then I'm going to have to leave it here for now, and then I will finish this when we get back. And then work on it tonight as far as getting it copied to my computer and all that fun stuff. So it's probably going to be later tonight before I actually get this on YouTube, but I should get it uploaded, pending any problems like internet, like computer problems. Because in amongst all the problems I talked about in part 1 with the internet, shortly before that I had gotten a virus too. And I'm rather PC literate, but I could not even get rid of that thing. I was only using a free antivirus. My free antiviral checker was not picking up on some things, so I opted to go back to the old standby, which I used to have for years, and that's the good old Norton antivirus software. And it's not that terribly expensive. It was like what, 50 bucks a year or something like that. And for me, for peace of mind, and that's for up to 5 devices, I think you can install it on then. So I want to get it on Bob's laptop too. And so yeah, I think it's worth it. And I did get rid of my virus. It, you know, did everything it was supposed to. So, but yeah, I was having so many computer problems, internet problems, and then getting sick. It just, ugh, past few weeks have been hell. Which I know many of you go through. We always all seem to have something going on, right? Things can go smoothly for only so long before something has to happen. Life would get so boring otherwise, right? Well, I don't know. But I guess if things wouldn't go wrong periodically, we wouldn't enjoy, appreciate the good times as much. Just like those of us here in the north, where we have these horrible winters. And such a thing as below zero weather. We appreciate the 4 seasons and summer so much more than y'all down south. You guys complain it's hot. We're like, yes, it's hot. Although there are plenty up here that still complain it's hot too. And I'm like, be quiet. It could be 30 below zero, you know. Well, there's a lot of people up here that would rather have that. And I'm like, oh no, oh no. Bring the heat. Bring the heat. It's summertime. I can go outside barefoot. That's my goal in life. So we only have 5 colors left. Let's zoom back out. Oh my gosh, she's getting so pretty. Love that bright yellow around there. That is gorgeous. So we only have 18. So we have dark blue, we have pink, violet, dark violet, and magenta left. My favorite colors are coming up. So 22, these are the magentas, and then 18 dark blues. So, ooh, the magenta and dark blue, that'll be pretty for the rest of his mane. Pink ears. Okay, so yeah, I will stop here. Technically, for you guys, it's going to be a pause, and I will be back only in a second. For you guys, it'll be a couple hours for me. So, we'll be right back in a minute. See you in a bit. Okay, I am back, stuffed to the gills. Did some running around in town, went out for supper. Oh, yeah, full. Okay, let's see. We were on number 18, it looks like. Okay, 18 was dark blue, and for dark blue, I am coloring with B025. Let's zoom back in. 025, and that is another one I can't pronounce. Prevenge. Is that it? Why they gotta give these markers weird names? Just call it dark blue. All right, so here we go. Let's finish this. I so wanted to go and kick back in my new chair, but I knew if I did that, I was done, so I wouldn't be getting this done tonight, so better not do that, and I better move down here. Yeah, I was so full, and then, yeah, every once in a while, when I eat something, then I get nauseous and goes right through me. Okay, TMI, TMI, so sorry. That's what you get around here, though. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Ever since my gastric bypass surgery, oh my gosh, that's going to be 8 years ago in December. Wow. So it was 7 years ago this past December. Holy cow, how time flies. And yeah, sometimes, because you know our systems aren't the same as the normal person's anymore, we're built a little bit differently inside. It's called dumping syndrome. I know, what a funny name. I kind of laughed too the first time I heard it. And it's just where whatever food is in our stomach dumps right through into the small intestine, and yeah, you get kind of nauseous. It's not a pleasant experience. But anyhow, we'll get off that subject. I'm better now. So we're going to finish this pretty horse. And I just realized next weekend will be the last weekend, right? This is, yeah, today's the 20th. Yeah, next weekend, oh my gosh, will be the last weekend in February already. One more Sunlife Drawing picture to color. So I guess I'll ask you guys, what would you like to see for the last color and chat for the Sunlife Drawing color along? Now, seeing as how it's the last weekend in February, it would have to be a picture that I can color in one sitting, one color and chat. So it can't be anything that's going to be, you know, too detailed, or you know, that would take more than one color and chat. But if there's any particular book, Sunlife Drawing book, that you would like me to color out of for the last color and chat, let me know in the comments below. Whatever, you know, has the most popular vote, I guess that's what I'll do. If nobody says anything, then I guess I'll just pick one. Maybe it'll be a mandala or something with gel pens or something. So yeah, but if there's anything you'd like to see me color for the last one of the month, yeah, let me know. And we will do that. I can't believe next weekend is, wasn't I just talking about how fast this month is going? Yeah. And we have an extra day this year, even in February. And it's still going fast. I always have to laugh when it's leap year, because when I was pregnant with my son, it was leap year. And he was due on the 29th. Good thing he was late. I ended up having to be induced because by March 12th, I still hadn't had that kid. So they're like, yeah, we think he's done cooking. We're going to take this baby. And yeah, he was definitely done cooking, because he was almost 10 pounds. Good thing they didn't let me go any longer. He was a big boy. And yeah, he's 6'4" now, so he's a big guy too. Bob's in the other room watching TV, so I don't think he'll hear me talk about this, but it's our 15-year anniversary this year. Now, granted, we're not married, but we've been going out, if you want to call it that, for 15 years on March 11th. Can't believe that. We typically don't do much for our anniversary other than, you know, go out to eat, but we do that pretty much every weekend anyhow. We go out to a nicer place to eat then, but still, I wanted to do something a little different this year for our anniversary. And I've seen advertised on TV. Let's go on to number 19 now. 19 is pink. And I'm using RVO2, which is medium pink. Our Grand Theater, it's called, which hosts plays, and it's not a movie theater. It's we have all kinds of acts come in from all over, actually, the world. We've had things from Russia in here, you know, the famous ballet has come, you know, it's that type of a theater. And Bob absolutely loves the show Whose Line Is It Anyway? And I don't know if anybody's heard of that show. It's here in the States, so those of you over in the UK and Australia and everywhere probably have never heard of this. But it's hilarious, and it's improv. It's where they just, on the fly, do these very hilarious, short, funny skits based on subjects that the audience, you know, gives them. There's like a moderator that kind of oversees everything, and yeah, it's hilarious, and he just loves that show. His favorite genre of movies is comedies too, so. And one of the funniest guys in this show on TV is coming to the Grand Theater, along with 3 hypnotists. And we are on number 20 now, which is violet. I am using R703, which is pastel violet. So let's do the 20s. And so, yeah, they're going to have 15 volunteers come up on stage, which of course we wouldn't volunteer for. We're there to laugh at everybody else. And then they get hypnotized. And, oh yes, you can imagine the fun things that could happen. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get him those tickets. And, I mean, it's something I would think would be funny too, but I know he would absolutely love it. So I thought, oh, maybe I'll get him that for our anniversary surprise. But it's next Friday already, so it'll be a little early, but... And it's not super expensive. Even for the nice seating tickets, they're like 50 bucks. It's not quite right front and center. Those are kind of reserved tickets, but it's back behind there. So for 50 bucks a ticket, we would get some pretty good seats. And then the section behind that are $40 tickets. And then up in the balcony, there's an upper and lower balcony upstairs. Those are even a little bit cheaper. But I thought, oh, let's get some relatively nice ones. Nice tickets. So I think I may do that. And surprise him. How does that sound? I'm not for certain yet, but I just think it's something he would like. After everything that man's been through, he deserves to go and laugh and have a good time. Although he's not the one to laugh out loud anyhow. He loves America's Funniest Home Videos. Every Sunday he's got to watch them too. And he may smile, but he never really laughs out loud. He's just not that kind of a person, you know. But I know he would enjoy this. So we may go do that next Friday. But he doesn't even know it. Shh, don't tell him. Don't say a word. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I imagine if I want to get the tickets, I'll probably have to order them online soon. I don't know how quickly that's going to sell out, because I don't remember seeing it advertised. I don't know why. You know, maybe it was out there for a while. I don't know, but I first seen it now. Either that or I just first paid attention to it now, maybe. I don't know. Okay, that's all of the 20s. We're getting there, folks. Now we have violet, and this is my favorite color, R706, which is, yeah. Oh no, we're on dark violet. No, we're not. Oh, I'm still having problems. Dark violet, yeah. R706, which is deep violet. Boy, oh boy, Lisa. Yeah, because the previous one was R703. This one's R706. Okay. Okay, yeah, I'm getting there. This one is such a pretty color. Very pretty deep purple. But then you'll see when we get to 22, it's not really the magenta that I need, but it'll work for this picture especially. That's one thing in this book. These animals are all very, very colorful animals, because, and somebody else told me this when in a comment from part 1 of this color in chat, that they had done like over half of the book, and every color is used in every picture, and that's why they're all listed. See, I thought, you know, Sunlife Drawing did it where they only included over here, you know, on the side here where it lists the colors that you need for the picture, that they only listed those colors that you need. And that's, you know, what I liked. And yeah, it must be true. It must just be that you do need every color in every one of these pictures. They're just that colorful. So of course, none of these animals are colored realistically. Not in my world anyhow. Not unless you were on some psychedelic drugs. Would you see a horse of this color? But maybe if you maybe if you were outside one of those marijuana dispensaries where the Girl Scouts were selling cookies, you'd see a horse that looks like this. Maybe they do, I don't know. I wouldn't think pot would do that to you. I think you gotta have something a little bit stronger than marijuana to see a horse like this. Just saying. No experience, but I don't know from personal experience. And I don't want to find out. All right, I think all we have left then is the magenta. Okay, last color. Oh, our horsey's looking so pretty. So for the magenta, I did end up picking our 427. Where am I? There I am. Which is Old Red. Like I said, this is the closest I could get to magenta. And it's just it's a red with just a tinge of pink to it. So I thought, well, it's kind of at least on my color swatches, it looked a little more pinker than the other deep red. So, but it's definitely not magenta. Like I said, I guess it doesn't really matter, especially when you're coloring something like this, where it's, you know, fantasy type of coloring. Now, if it was something that you needed, like maybe in a flower, or, you know, something where the magenta was going to be more important of a color, then I would maybe go outside the Cali Arts. But yeah, for this, we'll just leave it like this. Yeah, that just blew my mind before when I realized next weekend is the last weekend of February, which means it's going to be the end of the month videos too. I want to see if, even though I recorded a few videos before I started this coloring chat, I have a lot of videos to record this weekend, so although if they don't all get recorded this weekend, some of them will just hang on to next weekend. Some of them have been put off for a number of weekends already. And for those of you who have given me requests, you know, I would like to see you color out of this, and I would like to see you color out of that. I apologize if I have not gotten to those yet. I do not plan on being in any color alongs in the next few months, so I do want to spend my weekends, because I always do a color and chat on the weekend, and I do want to do some of those requests. So I didn't forget about you. I do have it all written down. I just haven't, as of yet, gotten a chance to get to them. With being in color and chat, or color alongs, I of course want to color out of those books that I'm doing a color along with. So, and I really would love to host a Belba family color along, because you know how much I love those books. But then I got to thinking, yeah, Lisa, I don't think a color and chat out of one of those books would be too interesting, because all I'm going to be doing the entire time is doing little X's through the boxes, and I would think that would get awful boring for you guys to watch. It wouldn't be anything too thrilling. I don't know, what do you guys think? Otherwise, that's the only other possible color along I was thinking of hosting. Unless there is something that you guys really would like me to do as a color along in the future. I know the one that I'm going to be not co-hosting, but I'm going to be participating in is Kate from Kate's Coloring Haven is going to be doing a Kirby Rosanus color along in May, and so that is going to be a good time for me to finally get out my Kirby books and color something out of there. I keep telling myself I'm going to get out one of those books and do something. It's just they intimidate the heck out of me. But I have to quit letting books do that. You know, if I just quit looking at the picture as a whole and then just tell myself, you only have to color this one itty-bitty part of it today, you know, and just look at each little portion of the picture at a time. But I just have a tendency of getting so overwhelmed because I think a lot of people are the same way, where you look at the whole picture and you're like, oh my heavens, I could never do that. But then I watch how other people color it, and I'm like, I should be able to do that. You know, especially if you just get out your gel pens, you get out your fine liners. You know, it's not saying you got to do anything fancy. A lot of that stuff is so teeny that you can't really do anything too fancy with that anyhow. It's just the backgrounds and stuff that I'd have to figure out something for, but I don't know. Like I said, I definitely want to color out of one of his books, and I have the new book coming. It should be here shortly, so I think I should be getting that this week. So next weekend we'll be doing a flip through of his newest book, which is Worlds Within Worlds. I know a number of people have it already because it's available. I don't know if it's available everywhere but here in the States, but I know over in the UK and stuff it's available already. So we unfortunately don't get it until March here. So I ordered it off of Book Depository, and yeah, should be here hopefully this next week. But yeah, I have a couple of more interesting videos to make yet this weekend. We'll see, like I said, how many of them I actually get done. I would like to get a couple more done tomorrow for sure. I have a couple of Arteza videos to make. They have, again, come out with a few new products. So, do a video with those. And then I also was sent the water brushes. So I thought we could get those out, try those, and do some playing around with the Arteza watercolor pencils and see how they work in a coloring book that has Amazon paper, because most of our coloring books are on Amazon paper, and I want to see, you know, how well they would work in a book with that type of paper, because it is such thirsty paper. This is Amazon paper, and normally if I didn't have this silver gel pen down, yeah, this ink would be spreading all over the place. So like I said, you can really tell how much putting the gel pen down first really helps keep the ink where it's supposed to be. And guess what, folks? That's all she wrote. My gosh. So yeah, again, that's not really magenta, but hey, I think it actually looks good right there. Let's zoom back out and let's see our horsey. Ooh, isn't he pretty? Yeah, all kinds of colors. Boy, I think this the number 15s is my favorite. That aqua green. Oh, so pretty. Love it, love it. It looks like he's in the sunset, right? Or maybe the sunrise. Who knows? But yeah, didn't he turn out gorgeous? Love his mane. Pretty, pretty. Okay. Well, I guess that's it then for this color and chat. Again, this is for the month of February's color along, which is hashtag Sunlife Drawing in February. Co-hosting this with Kate from Kate's Coloring Haven, which I will link down below in the description, along with all the products that I mentioned in part 1 of this video. I'll link them again down below in this video also. Thank you so much for clicking on this video and for watching it. I hope you enjoyed my jabbering as we finished coloring this mosaic picture. If you did, please hit that thumbs up button. Helps the channel a lot. Subscribe if you are new to my channel. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you know when I put out new videos. I hope everybody's having a terrific weekend, and as always, happy coloring. Bye, guys.